All right, so let me tell you guys something about Amazon FBA and all the screenshots you see online. So everyone online likes to show these Amazon FBA screenshots, something like this, right? Where they're like made $30,000, whatever. So I've been live on FBA for probably a year now. Yeah, literally a year, in December or something like that. And here's my screenshot, right? So you can kind of see started pretty low, and then this month we're at like 10K, something like that. And then last month it hit like 12K. And that looks great, sounds great. But it's not that pretty, because what people don't show you or talk about is like actual profits. These are sales. So this is what what everything's sales for. It doesn't take into consideration Amazon FBA fees, doesn't take into consideration your cost of goods, everything that comes with it. And there's a lot. Amazon isn't cheap to sell on. They charge you a premium because they are Amazon and fair, and it still works. But let me show you what those numbers actually mean. Here is last month. You can see we hit 12K, give or take. But you see that number at the bottom right here? Net profit, $800. Of $12,000 in sales, we made $800. Month to date, about 10K. Net profit, $140. Sales yesterday, $80. Net profit, lost $70 yesterday. Now don't get me wrong, as ugly as this looks, this is actually definition of success for me. Because most of what we did all year long was just product testing. So all the launches were like small amount of units, like 200 units, give or take, just to test the market and see if it worked. And it did. Long story short, and make these videos long because I prefer to talk long instead of making it short. But launched in December, launched one product, and it was a high priced item. It was like $160, $180. Did the whole, the whole thing you're supposed to do with product, but it was our first launch. And launched it, failed miserably. Took it back to the drawing board and said, okay, hey, this is the problem with it. This is what we got to do. And so we reinvested another $10,000 to order more units of something slightly different, still in the same space. Launched that, failed miserably. So we probably lost, I'd say probably $15,000, give or take, on testing that product. Didn't work, on top of the time, effort, and headaches, to be honest. Second product was lower price point, about $80. Higher profit margins. We had about a 50% profit margin, where the first one, I think we had like 40% profit margin. And the thing there is that the market volume just wasn't that big. We kind of estimated, for the most part, good, or definition of success, which is kind of just how I work with things. Definition of success for that product would have been